Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome to your flip video. Today we're going to be talking all about something that scares fourth graders and people of all ages sometimes. We're going to be talking word problems. No reason to fear them, though, because we're going to talk about some strategies for addition and subtraction word problems. Later in the year we'll talk about division and multiplication, but we're going to set you up with some tips to succeed. So here we've got a sample word problem, and there are some strategies that we're going to do, which we have down here. My first strategy is to always read it twice. That just makes sure I understand, whether you read it out loud or in your head, that I find that helps. You want to circle the important information, cross out anything that's not important. Sometimes drawing a picture can help. And ask yourself when you do come to an answer, does it make sense? So my word problem here says, Pam stopped at Littletown Market to buy 40 cookies for her book club. Littletown Market sells 10 cookies for $5. On her way home, Pam passed another store, Collegetown Bakery. Collegetown Bakery sells 5 cookies for $3. Pam figured out she got the better deal. How much did she save by buying her cookies at Littletown Market? So I would read that a second time. You can pause the video and reread it if you'd like to. But now I'm going to circle my important information. So the fact that she bought 40 cookies is going to be important, and she bought them from a Littletown Market. So it's important to also know that Littletown Market sells the 10 cookies for $5. It's important to know that Collegetown Bakery sells them $5 for 3 cookies. And so my question that I'm supposed to be answering, I'm going to underline so I make sure. Now I do have 3 graphics here, and the graphics do help me a little bit because it breaks down that information really well. But then I noticed that they have a Sam Sweets thing, and that nothing is about Sam Sweet, so I can just cross that out. I don't have to worry about Sam Sweets at all. So I might draw a picture. So I know that she bought 40 cookies, so I could draw, groups of 5, I could draw groups of 10, I could draw out 40 cookies, and then I could start pricing them. So in this case, I would do them in groups of 10, because she bought 40 cookies, and Littletown draws them or sells them in groups of 10. So I know that that's $5, that's $5, that's $5, that's $5. So she got 4 groups of 10 for a total of $20. So then I would do groups of 5 for the other bakery, and I would work that out. In this problem, I'm not so much worried about finding my answer as giving you strategies to solve it. So after I figure it out, I'm going to ask myself at the end, does it make sense? For instance, if you're doing a subtraction problem and somehow you end up with a number that's bigger than the number you started with, does that make sense? Or if you're doing an addition problem and you end up with a number that's smaller than either of the numbers, think about, does that make sense? So there's all sorts of different strategies. In addition to that, there are some clue words that will definitely help you out. So for addition, if you see the word, it says find the sum or find the total, that means you're going to be adding. If you're talking about things being combined or put together, or it's all together, those are going to be clue words. Or if it says like, Johnny bought this much from this store and he bought this much from this store, how much does he have together? Or he went in an apple orchard and he gathered strawberries and then he gathered apples. Those are going to be all the clue words. So I would pause the video now, copy down these clue words, and keep them safe with you, because as you go through the week and as we progress through math, these clue words are going to be extremely helpful. And then flipping the equation around, for our subtraction clue words, if it says find the difference, that means subtract. If it says how much more or how much less than, that's going to be another clue for subtraction. Things being which number is greater or less than kind of goes along with it. It's talking about people being taller or shorter, who has more, all those kind of things. Or thinking about things are being taken away or eaten, because once you eat something you can't get it back. Or if it's drink. So those are your subtraction clue words. So I would write those down as well. And that about sums up our video for this evening. You're bringing back to school. What I'll be looking for is I want you to write down 3 things you will use in the future. It might be some of those clue words. It might be some of the strategies. If you were taking good notes, realistically you can show me your notes. And that will be all that you will need to do for your bring back to school problem. So I will see you in the morning.